run it back. Hello? That's the check calling. Let me click over real quick to let my check talk it. I eat, ooh, Pac-Man, that's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that with a NASDAQ. That's cash.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Murray now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a first and 20. Shotgun now from Murray. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Looking to throw again on second down. Murray, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
The holding penalty negates a good return as they'll start just past the 20. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check it back.
Regular. Hey, foxtrot.
Mayfield looks to throw. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Muhammad Wilkerson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Mayfield tosses one complete to Landry. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Team six.
Looking to throw on second down. Mayfield buying time to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Watch 36 to my target. Go. Line 36. Time to go, night.
He'll look to throw. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 14. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
At the 13-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Hey, let's go. Regular.
On 3rd down, Mayfield dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, it kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, Look, I know defensive backs. They have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down now, it's Sanders, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 5.
Hey, we got tight left, tight left. Go, go. We got three, fellas. We got 3. Hey, go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. Now a man who punted for the Browns in 2015, Andy Leon, to kick it away. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Landry now on the return. It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
King, on 80.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Hey, alert! I got you.
To throw, Mayfield. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. They give him a gain of 38. That one was hard to fathom. They were in the dime. They had 6 DBs back there. They still lost it.
Great word, because I'm right there with you. I don't understand how they couldn't pick him up. But don't be surprised next week early, there's some extra people in the locker room. Maybe a tryout or 2 for those guys who missed him.
They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Watch out.
Hey, alert 33. Wide, get wide. Let's go.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
And as Weathers, you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey. Mike 20, Mike 12 and over. Go. Check 24.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
I'm here all day.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Here we go. I got you, Pop.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Sheldon Richardson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Andy Lee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now Landry. Jarvis Landry. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. He returns that punt 73 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. And we always talk about kick returns being so exciting on kickoffs. Punt return almost equally exciting.
And typically we talk about the kickoff return being the most exciting 10 seconds in football. Let's just cut it in half for a punt return and make it the most exciting 5 seconds in football. It's a great, glamorous, dashing flag.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 16 yards, a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have step into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
36 to Mike.
Hey, wahoo! Mike, 36. Big time drive. Let's go.
Now Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I'm going to come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The Browns on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third and goal.
Point it right. Shoot. Slam.
They'll try to run with Hunt. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Joseph is good. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Here's Sanders. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole? Setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score may help them win the game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing on first down is Murray. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Murray. He's going to throw. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Hakeem Butler in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken very short.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Final play of the half, Mayfield. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Following the penalty, Chubb. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On the run, this is Hunt. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run with Chubb. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. Throwing, Mayfield. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Mayfield. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry. He scored on a punt return, and now he's scored through the air. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Throw left side, caught by Butler. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
It's a gain of 18. And the Cardinals first down.
Murray now on first down. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Murray again. He's got the rookie, Darius Slayton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First down, Murray. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught inside the 5. 36 yards on the play. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
They'll come out in the pistol. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting them a few yards.
They'll try to run with Sanders, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Miles Sanders with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
3 buzz. Watch safety 3. Watch safety 3.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. A big gain of 39 on 3rd.
I'm not sure this is how they had it drawn out on paper, but this is going to work out for them and then some, right? They've got a big chunk they've got to pick up. They decide to check it down, and he just turns into a pure athlete and makes a huge play for them.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
It's going to be a long day.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Switch.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
That's good for the Cardinals.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. Murray now, perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack. Myles Garrett in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And that's caught left side. Seals Jones with it. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
A 10-yard gain, but it's 4th down.
Hey, Mike, 20.
Murray sets to throw on 4th. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
King.
Quick dance. Shoot.
Hey, alert 33.
Mike, 59.
I got it.
1st down, Mayfield. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Cardinals take over
We got
first
this.
and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's get off the field. Let's get up. Check 31. Check 31.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Check back.
Shotgun now from Murray. Steps away to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Check 9.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray being chased out left. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one good for 26 and a first down. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And this thing gets blown up well behind the line of scrimmage, but the marker is down on the field. Who's this against? Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Browns drive about to get started. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you've won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating, and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right?
Yes,
As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter.
The Cardinals take over first and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 47-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Let's get it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. And he's got room. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. Might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The
Let's go.
offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. And oh, he coughed it up. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Kill, go.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So they'll walk him back half the distance. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the gun, Murray. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Throwing on first down. Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And he fires one incomplete. He was trying to get it to Hakeem Butler there, and it's 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take under 10, under 10, 10.
They're going for it. It's Murray. Flush to his right. And now here is another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Taken in at the 22. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Murray. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big offensive explosion helped leading them.